Hey everyone, I want to talk about my IBS recovery and why IBS isn't as structural and physiological as most people believe. Why the fear, once the symptoms latch, it becomes the all-consuming thought in your mind. So if you go out to dinner, you're not looking at the world, your eyes are going into your stomach, gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, whatever it may be, and you're seeing the rest of the world, all the avoidance behaviors. I just was on Reddit to see how bad it is, people being housebound, why so many people do not have Crohn's, celiac disease, or extreme allergies that cause these extreme symptoms, and why any type of anxiety can mimic that, why we don't really need to know about the gut-brain axis and the vagus nerve. People are not neurologists. It's not important to understand. It's cool to look at. Most people aren't going to understand it. They use it in an improper way. Everything else in between. I had IBS for almost 10 to 15 years, and it was really bad during the worst of my OCD. I mean, I literally passed gas every 10 seconds. I would literally pass gas thousands of times a day. Diarrhea all the time. We'd go to a steakhouse, go to the bathroom 4 times in 1 hour when I was there. All because of fear. Had nothing to do with food or anything like that. I didn't have to cut sugar or gluten or dairy. And I'll talk about a lot of myths around blood work as well. This is going to be a very in-depth video. Before I go any further, please subscribe. Hit that like button down below. Let me know what you think about this. If you're struggling with this, please contact us at phil@ocdrecovery.com. Even if you don't have OCD, we could still go through this, and I can really show you where I went wrong. So the first thing to cover is, as I drink my coffee, which so many people avoid when they have IBS symptoms, is that, again, most people do not have Crohn's or celiacs. They are rare. They're not mega rare, but they're rare in the sense of most people don't have them, right? Parkinson's is rare. There are people that have Parkinson's, but not every person has Parkinson's in a statistical sense. So we need to be aware of that, all right? And then accepting that if you do have a big problem, like take me, I have autoimmune conditions. A lot of people have autoimmune conditions with OCD, right? Well, comorbidities. I have psoriasis. My leg can get really plaqued, so I have my steroid medication over here. If I use anything over the counter and not prescribed, it doesn't really do the trick. So I convinced myself that because I had an inflammatory condition, I had to be on the FODMAP diet, all sorts of stuff. I eat whatever I want in balance and reason. Cookies, cakes, dairy, gluten, no problem whatsoever. None. Because my fear isn't there. That doesn't mean I don't get diarrhea from time to time and have bloating and gas and farting. That's not what it is, or stomach pains. I'm a human. I'm just not scared of them. See, humans create an idea in their mind. They should never be disrupted by their symptoms. So we have to be aware of that. The next thing I want to talk about is how much your avoidance behaviors are perpetuating it. So let's say what happens to most people. OCD or not, we're not going to even talk about it from just the obsessive compulsive disorder side, just how it works with symptoms with that. And trying to figure out if that's real or not can be a big problem, but we're not going to go into too much detail. You start to fart or have more gas than normal. You start to be a little bit more bloated. Your diarrhea goes up. And then all of a sudden, boom. You see your whole life flash before your eyes. Events are gone. Dating is gone. Sex is gone. You have any idea how many people I've worked with, especially women, who have told me, I'm so afraid of cuddling with a guy or having sex with a guy because what if I fart? So then they don't, now they're going to be really gassy because your mind latches onto that. Because the biggest myth is that it's only coming from a structural problem and it's being outsourced from external factors such as gluten and dairy. No. Not what we see. Not what we see with thousands of people that we work with fears based around IBS. Are there people that have that? Sure, of course there are. Are there people going to be a little bit more gassy for certain reasons? Sure. But it's still the fear that drives it. It's still the avoidance behaviors that pushes it over the edge. I've worked with so many people that when they brought back gluten, dairy, their symptoms went up a lot in the beginning, but if they stuck it out, started to balance things back out, accept their symptoms, bring down their catastrophic beliefs about their life being ruined, a lot of that stuff started to go away. But that couldn't be their only goal. If their only goal was, I need to make these symptoms go away, then they're screwed, right? You're still going to pass gas in public. You might get diarrhea in public. Those things happen. It happens to me. You know, sometimes I like to eat a lot. So last night I had almost 20 wings After an event, spicy wings, lemon pepper, deep fried, fire, so good. Lots of ranch dressing. I'm one of those crazy people that combine ranch and blue cheese. Don't judge me, all right? I'm sensitive. But no, seriously, I love that. And I woke up this morning and my stomach was like, whoa, hello, I'm here. It's like Mike Tyson in my stomach. He's like, what up, bro? Uppercut. Go to the bathroom. But I'm not afraid of that stuff. That's the difference. Your fear, even if it's structurally, there's a problem. Even with full celiacs, full Crohn's, your belief and your avoidance behaviors to a degree will affect that to the next level. But most people aren't even at that level. A lot of it is fear and avoidance behaviors, but then it makes it feel as real as it can get. And then talking about it all the time. My stomach this, my stomach that. When you follow people around who have stomach problems, their whole life is based around that. It is a really hard thing to wrap your head around. So, and again, coffee, introducing coffee again. I don't have any stomach effects from coffee at all. And I would drink like 8 black coffees a day. I don't do that anymore because remember, I've had seizures in my life because I had viral encephalitis and meningitis, and they think I have what they call caffeine-induced seizures, so I have 2 coffees a day now. Boo. But there's no stomach problems with that. Every once in a while, sure, depending how my system acts up, but it's nothing like it was. And I was so convinced that I had a sugar problem. I had that. So then I went and got a bunch of blood work done. Understandably so. Well-intentioned individuals. Every sensitivity ever. Peanuts, gluten, dairy. We do not understand that on a neurologic or endocrine level at all. Anyone that's telling you that is not giving you the honest truth. The gut-brain axis, which we don't have to understand, is so complex. We are scratching the surface. Think about the Marianas Trench. What is it, 7 miles deep? Deepest part of the ocean. We're like 10 feet underwater. Like the water's right there. That's the top. And there's 7 miles below us that we don't know. Darkness. It's so complex. There's so many things in it, right? I don't really go into this stuff because it's not important, but we have what's called NSS, nociceptive system sensitization, and then BPS, the biopsychosocial, the biology, the psychology, and the social aspect in your environment. Some people are affected in different ways. There's certain areas of your vagus nerve tract that are sensitized from fear and beliefs. But what I do know, can't say 100%, is again, your beliefs and your fears and your behaviors are driving this to the fucking stratosphere in all sorts of ways. It's hard to see that because you're getting real physiologic symptoms. So I got the blood work and they were like, you have all that, right? And then you hear that and you're like, oh no, I can't have pizza anymore. I have to be careful when I go out. And I'm not saying you have to eat sugar and gluten and dairy all day. I'm just saying that it's probably not as problematic as you think. Now, we'll go a little bit old school, okay? A lot of people know RP, Renaissance periodization. Now, when I was in my psychotic body dysmorphia phase, and I read everything from RP, everything from Lane Norton, everything from Eric Helms, anyone's in the research, Mike Zordos, Greg Nuckols, anyone that's in there. Got a buddy of mine that's a researcher in Tampa, Chris Barakat. And I love all these people and respect them greatly. But for myself, I have to be careful. But when I read their diet book 2.0 that came out 3 or 4 years ago, there was a massive section on diets. Now, they got a lot of kickback for this. I'm sure they did. And they said their position at the research level, these are researchers and professors, that almost all stomach problems are psychological and environmentally learned, and most people do not have a structural abnormality. People lose their fucking mind when they hear that because it invalidates, in their opinion, right? And this invalidates my experience. I have all these symptoms. I'm gassy. I'm farting. I'm bloated. I have all this stuff. It's difficult to see that in another way. And until you break down those beliefs and change your behaviors. And that's what I had to do. So the behaviors or the beliefs, let me go through one of them right now for you. Okay, this is what one of them would be. Okay. My goal is to accept my stomach symptoms. Gas, farting, whatever you want to call it, diarrhea, constipation, stomach problems, churning stomach, whatever. My activating event, oh my God. I mean, everything I just talked about. Certain foods that then convince you have a food allergy, then you go on the FODMAP diet and you're not eating certain things. Now your life is getting smaller, 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 and there's so much nonsense on social media. Now you're eating grilled chicken and broccoli and nothing else, and you're so convinced because your stomach is so sensitized, etc. Your irrational beliefs. No matter what, I must get rid of these stomach sensations. My big one was gas and farting. That's the one that really pissed me off and made me scared. I'd be at the restaurant and be like, please don't fart, please don't fart, please don't fart. Oh my God, oh my God. So afraid of it. So no matter what, I must get this farting under control. It sounds so funny saying it. I don't think I've ever said that out loud. If I don't, it's awful. I can't stand it. Oh my God, what if there's a smell? What if people laugh at me? What if this? There can be an embarrassment element as well. I'm actually making this video because what I'm talking about is someone I was working with the other day. So she's going to really appreciate this because it's a new fear for her. And this individual, I was just eating Chipotle and pizza, traveling. I never was affected. Oh my God, I never had this before. Ah! And then it's over. It's like Kobe, and you know, I don't follow basketball, so Kobe in the fourth is right, the fourth. And then just sinking a deep three-pointer in game. Over. See ya. Adios. Michael Jordan, LeBron, whoever you want to use. Hitting a grand slam or soccer thing, Messi or Ronaldo. That's the only people I know. They're kicking it from somewhere and it goes in. They slide on their knees. That's OCD. Game over, right? That was an amazing example, wasn't it? That was great. This is what I do. This is what my wife has to deal with. This is how I explain things at dinner. She's like, shut up. So because of that, you have these consequences, which is extra gas, extra farting, extra bloating, more symptoms, which then convince you even more that there's something wrong. So, and that's why breaking down those beliefs are important. If you want to see more videos of me doing this on that, please let me know. I love covering this stuff. Phil at OCDrecovery.com. We can definitely help you. Hope to hear from you soon. Thank you as always, and enjoy the rest of your day. Please don't sit in silence if you're struggling with this. And again, you could have celiac, you can have Crohn's, but your beliefs and your behaviors are still going to amplify it to a large degree, sometimes more than others. Have a good one, everyone.